Welcome back to Galactic Frontline News, broadcasted directly to you by the SESI of Eternity. In today's broadcast, MERIDIA under fire. In a decisive move, the Helldivers have launched Operation Enduring Peace Phase 2, aimed at eradicating the Terminid supercolony on MERIDIA. The mission involves deploying critical payloads of dark fluid across the planet to trigger a planetary implosion, ultimately destroying the supercolony and its hyper-reproductive Terminids. Helldivers are reporting massive numbers of Shriekers upon delivering the 3 payloads of dark fluid, resulting in significant casualties. Extraction is becoming extremely difficult for our valiant men and women preparing the destruction of MERIDIA. This drastic measure, while severe, is deemed necessary to halt the Terminids' reign of terror. Good evening, citizens of Super-Earth. This is a Galactic Frontline News Special Report broadcasting from the SESI of Eternity. We interrupt our regular programming to bring you breaking news from Operation Enduring Peace. The Helldivers have successfully destroyed the Terminid supercolony on MERIDIA. In its place now lies a massive black hole, drawing in every Terminid spore within several billion kilometers. This decisive victory has led to a dramatic decrease in interstellar spore levels, making containment efforts possible once again. Looking out from the SESI of Eternity, you can see the aftermath of the operation, a vast black hole consuming the remnants of the planet, with material still being drawn into its depths. The Moridesh Research Facility has been decommissioned following the total exhaustion of dark fluid stored. The dedicated scientists of the Moridesh Project have been honored with the Super Citizenship Medal of Freedom for their tireless efforts. Across Super-Earth, citizens are taking to the streets in massive celebrations, waving flags and cheering in unity. Congratulations are in order for the Helldivers on this historic victory for managed democracy. As the classic song goes, Black Hole Sun, won't you come and wash away the scum? First, we bring you news of a significant victory. Thanks to the Helldivers, the SEAF cyber warfare specialists have successfully breached Database 1. This encrypted treasure trove is already revealing key intelligence. It appears the automatons are planning a massive terraforming project on Cyberstan itself. This decoded data also includes detailed recordings of the Terminid supercolony's impact. Among the decoded keywords, we find references to Vessel 00, Nucleus, and the Final Collective. As our analysts continue to sift through the data, we anticipate more revelations that will aid our resistance. For now, our focus is confirmed. Cyberstan remains our strategic target on the automaton front. Would you like to know more? An emergency distress call from Vernon Wells describes the dire situation of thousands of civilian survivors, trapped in the ruins of Super Citizen Anne's Hospital for very sick children. Their resilience in the face of dwindling supplies and imminent threats from automaton forces is nothing short of remarkable. Meanwhile, intercepted communications point to a large explosives repository on Marfark, which contains critical raw ingredients for the MD-17 anti-tank mines. These mines have eluded us twice in previous missions. The stakes are high. Will this be another failed attempt, or can we finally secure these valuable assets? The Helldiver community is buzzing with debate. Many push for the immediate rescue of the children, emphasizing that their safety is paramount. After all, these kids might be our future Helldivers. Here at GFN, we wholeheartedly agree. However, there are also those who argue that securing the crucial anti-tank mines on Marfark is vital for our ongoing war efforts. Complicating matters further, to reach either Marfark or Vernon Wells, we must first liberate Aesir Pass. This tactical choke point is essential for any subsequent operations. The burning question is, can we save the children and secure the mines, or are we bound to make a tough choice? We have incredible news from Vernon Wells. Our fearless Helldivers have liberated the planet and secured the Children's Hospital, where they've made contact with thousands of civilians trapped beneath the rubble. Among them, An astounding 4,311 very sick children have been found alive, and rescue operations are now underway. This remarkable operation highlights the unwavering bravery and dedication of our Helldivers. Their heroic actions have brought hope and life-saving relief to countless lives. Helldivers have successfully secured the 5 key planets in the Tsar sector: Mort, Ingmar, Pupli 9, Mantes, and Draupnir. These territories are crucial to our mission, and we must continue to hold them for just over 24 hours to ensure our success in this major order. However, our vigilance is tested. Currently, we face a fierce defense mission on Troost, a planet in the Trigon sector. The attack is originating from Vandalon 4, also in the Trigon sector. Vandalon 4 is a critical target. Not only does it pose a direct threat to Troost, but it also has supply lines connecting 2 of our secured planets in the Tsar sector. By capturing Vandalon 4, we can relieve the pressure on Troost and safeguard our holdings in the Tsar sector. Helldivers, your mission is clear. Take Vandalon 4 to ensure our victory on Troost and protect the Tsar sector. Every moment counts, and every effort brings us closer to triumph. But now, a quick update on MERIDIA. The black hole is still there. Some speculate that it is actually a portal that may be used by our long-defeated enemies, the ILLUMINATE, but Super Earth High Command has stated that this is treasonous talk. Terminids are infesting untarnished worlds in the Falstaff and Jinshi sectors. We have successfully captured 4 out of 5 worlds from the fascist bugs. However, Urson Sands remains a key target, with a little over 24 hours to take it. But before we can secure Urson Sands, Esker stands in our way. Our forces are on track to liberate Esker, which will open up a supply line to Urson Sands, paving the way for our final assault. Helldivers, your bravery and determination are our strongest assets. Continue to fight with honor and push forward to ensure our victory. In our last major order, the Helldivers' efforts greatly limited the Terminid expansion. Some worlds were lost, but many remain free and ready for democratic settlement. Thanks to our brave Helldivers, eradicating the infestation will now require fewer resources than expected. Our new major order focuses on the Ymir sector's planet X-45, home to a crucial advanced weapons lab. With radiation levels now safe, recovery efforts are underway. However, automatons have launched an assault to seize the lab. SEAF forces are gathering at Asir Pass to break the automaton line and relieve our forces. Holding X-45 is vital until the battle station plans are secured. Helldivers, your mission: defend X-45 at all costs. Thanks to the valiant defense of X-45, the plans for the mysterious interplanetary battle station have been recovered. High Command remains tight-lipped about the specifics, adding to the intrigue surrounding this significant victory. With the plans secured, the Advanced Weapons Lab on X-45 has been destroyed, ensuring that the automaton forces will find nothing but irradiated ash. Excavation of the Advanced Weapons Lab did uncover an intact cache of a lost support weapon from the First Galactic War, the MLS-4X Commando rocket launcher. This powerful weapon is capable of taking down dropships with just 2 aim shots to an engine and destroying fabricators with a single shot without needing to target vents or doors directly. The blue laser sight guides the rockets, following your movement for precise targeting. Further testing against the Terminids is still needed, but initial results are promising. The remaining MLS-4X commandos have been successfully shipped off-planet, enabling rapid production of the weapon. The SE Armed Forces have orders to deliver the commando to all Helldiver super destroyers. We are now awaiting the next major order from Super Earth High Command. What will become of this mystery battle station? Could it be an illustrious place for all Helldivers to gather and create clans? Perhaps our super destroyer's friend invitation system will be fixed, or Will it disappear into the background as we continue the fight? Only time will tell. Good evening and welcome to Galactic Frontline News, broadcasting to you from the SESI of Eternity. Today, we bring you urgent updates on our latest major orders. We begin with a recent success. The valiant efforts of the Helldivers in eradicating vast quantities of terminids have significantly aided the Ministry of Science's Terminid Research Initiative. While much work remains, our understanding of the most effective bug eradication methods has greatly advanced. An intriguing finding is that terminids produce higher quality E710 when harvested under extreme duress. What does this mean for you, Helldivers? Beat them down hard. Remember, the harder they fall, the better the E710 we extract. This essential resource ensures our access to uninterrupted FTL travel capabilities. Additionally, we've observed new behavior from the terminids. The construction of spore-producing towers roughly the size of small skyscrapers. Though they pose no immediate threat, these developments will be closely monitored. We now turn to our current major order. We face a dire situation in the Andromeda sector. Following the successful defense of X-45, Helldivers have maintained a foothold in the Ymir sector despite the automaton's strenuous efforts to reclaim it. Our units remain cut off from support, but the time has come to reverse this strategic disadvantage. The automaton forces have spread their despotic rule across vast portions of the galaxy, opening an opportunity for us to split their forces by cutting through the Andromeda sector. This will throw their cut-off forces into disarray and weaken their defenses. Commence Operation Andromeda. Penetration. We must liberate 4 key planets, Aesir Pass in the Hedra sector, and Matar Bay, Martail, and Marfark in the Andromeda sector. Currently, we have approximately 18,000 Helldivers at Aesir Pass and 6,000 at Matar Bay. Those of you on the Eastern Front fighting the Terminid scum, we need your help. Our objective is clear. Press the advantage and liberate the territory that the automaton forces have illegally occupied. Time is of the essence, as automaton defenses are currently in disarray, but they will recover soon. Our mission, Charon Prime, Charbal 7, and Coapessa must be liberated. With just over a day and a half remaining, progress has been made, but much work is still needed. Charbal 7 is currently 34% liberated with the help of 14,000 brave Helldivers. Coapessa has reached 17% liberation with nearly 6,000 Helldivers fighting valiantly. More reinforcements are crucial to maintain momentum. Meanwhile, 12,601 Helldivers are stationed in the Draco sector on the Eastern Front. We urgently need these forces to divert their attention to the Andromeda or Trigon sectors to bolster our efforts. Time is running out, Helldivers. Every moment counts. Rally your squads and redirect your focus to the key battlefronts. Together, we will reclaim our stolen territory and crush the automaton threat. We have many updates for you today involving recently decrypted information from Database 1, the automaton data center we captured on the planet of Wasat. But first, we start with a galactic war update. Thanks to the valiant efforts of our Helldivers, we successfully liberated several key territories from automaton control. The weakened defenses allowed us to strike swiftly, reclaiming the land and taking a significant stride closer to victory. Our surveyors, however, have discovered heartbreaking environmental devastation across these reclaimed worlds, with valuable resources stripped bare by the automaton's greed. In light of this success, a new major order has been issued. The Ministry of Science, encouraged by our rapid support of the Terminid Research Initiative, has requested a second, much larger research trial. Our initial findings indicated that the yield of terminid E710, a crucial resource, is significantly increased if harvested following periods of extreme duress. To further this research, we have been tasked with exterminating 1 billion terminids using various stratagems. As of now, we have achieved 37% of our goal, with over 367 million bugs eliminated. This mission is crucial for scientific progress, and every Helldivers effort counts. High Command warns that Terminid aggression may increase in response, so stay vigilant. We now bring you breaking news from High Command. Database 1 has unveiled new information on the automaton forces, along with detailed recordings of Terminid activity. This has prompted the Ministry of Intelligence to conduct overt field analysis, and the findings are deeply concerning. Massive outposts of the automaton forces have been identified on various planets where alarming atrocities are being committed. Decrypted data from Database 1 has revealed new enemy units, which have been confirmed by our field operatives. Among these are a Scout Strider equipped with rockets, a long-range rocket tank, and several jetpack-equipped automatons wielding new weaponry. On the Terminid front, our forces have identified a deadly spore charger, an Alpha Brood commander with new allies, and a formidable adversary not seen since the First Galactic War, the Impaler, notorious for its lethal tentacles. Our operatives are also picking up irregular readings of the Terminid spores in various sectors. Additionally, a new spooky biome has been identified, appearing like a haunted swamp. Flashlights will be essential here. High Command is currently preparing new missions for Helldivers to combat these emerging threats, along with a new, higher difficulty classification known as Super Helldive. Additionally, we have been informed that the Super Destroyer's Friend invitation system will finally be fixed, and measures will be implemented to mitigate issues with traitorous griefers. Prepare yourselves, Helldivers, for August 6th will mark a pivotal day of reckoning. The challenges ahead will test our resolve and strength like never before. In GFN's absence, a few major orders have come and gone. We last left off with the order to kill 1 billion Terminids, a request put in by the Ministry of Science for their ongoing research trial on the best ways to kill Terminids that yield better quality element 710. This was a resounding success. Next up, Helldivers were asked to reclaim more ground from the automaton scum. The automatons have deployed orbital cannons across their territories, targeting SEAF air forces. Though we failed to complete this order, we took 4 of the 5 requested planets. Quezon in the Emir sector still remains, but at this time it sits at 95% liberation. And if we manage to take it despite our failure, the entirety of the Emir sector will be under Super Earth control. Deploy to Quezon and show these toasters we mean business. Helldivers, we have a rather unique mission from High Command. Our task, either demonstrate the effectiveness of our current mine stratagems or be given the elusive anti-tank mines to improve the effectiveness. Sounds straightforward, doesn't it? Yet, history shows otherwise. The first attempt to get these mines, we prioritized getting the airburst rocket launcher and watched the mines get transported away. The second, a noble choice to save a children's hospital over retrieving the mines from Marfark. High Command believed we'd go for the mines, but were moved by our choice to save the children. Now High Command is throwing us a curveball with this mission. If we don't meet the target, they'll deem it necessary to allocate the resources required to have the anti-tank mines delivered to our super destroyers. Rumor has it Helldivers have been actively avoiding these mines for the giggles. But High Command would like to remind you that somewhere back on Super Earth, there is a weapons manufacturer pouting because they spent so much effort on producing these mines and they are going unused. With only 40% of the mission completed and a day and a half remaining, we are urging all Super Destroyer personnel to make space for these new mines. They are coming whether we want them or not. Regardless, let's show High Command our spirit and enjoy the journey. The Helldivers' recent mine stratagem mission has fallen short of its objective. The failure to eliminate the designated number of enemies using our current arsenal has underscored the urgent need for more robust weaponry. High Command has acted swiftly, ordering the mass production of anti-tank mines to address this deficiency. These mines are now available fleet-wide, equipping our forces with the necessary tools to combat the enemy's armored units more effectively. though word on the street is that they are not great at anti-tanking. In our next major order, Helldivers were deployed to liberate Esker and Boar Rock, while also tasked with eradicating the bug infestation on Socorro 3, following reports of new Terminids. The operation was a resounding success, despite the reappearance of the deadly Impaler Terminids, not seen in nearly a century. Neither these fearsome creatures nor the Alpha Brood commanders could stand in the way of the Helldivers' relentless pursuit of freedom. However, a new and more potent threat has emerged, known as the GLOOM, an interstellar spore cloud that's rapidly expanding across multiple star systems. Analysis of spores from Socorro 3 suggests that the GLOOM may be the source of new Terminid variants, which could soon spread to other planets within its growing reach. But as threatening as this is, the Helldivers have nearly reclaimed the southern sectors from the automatons, with only two vulnerable planets, Troost and Vandalon 4, remaining under enemy control. Vandalon 4 fell to the enemy on July 1st and endured over a month of brutal occupation before its recent liberation. We salute the Helldivers who made this victory possible. With Troost as the final target and a large number of Helldivers focused there, our forces will continue to fight on both fronts, wielding the hammer of justice and the shield of freedom with unmatched speed and determination. Subscribe to GFN to stay updated on further developments involving the GLOOM spore cloud.
Introducing the Tactical Unit Shield. Secure operational safety in compliance with C-01. Advisory. Non-compliance may lead to a 9-month junior cadet manufacturing process. Surpassing individual quota will prompt reassignment to a freedom camp.
Since our last broadcast, we've had 4 major events occur. We will briefly cover these before we focus on our current major order. First up, automaton resistance crushed. The Helldivers successfully wiped out the remaining automaton forces in the Trigon sector, cutting their territory by half. Despite the spreading gloom, an interstellar spore cloud of Terminid origin, the automaton threat has been significantly reduced thanks to your relentless efforts. In our next major order, Helldivers were tasked with procuring samples from planets closest to the Terminid gloom cloud. The aim was to research this growing threat and uncover its origins. While the order was completed, High Command discovered that a large portion of the submitted samples were counterfeit. Some Helldivers had been manufacturing these fake samples aboard their super destroyers and submitting them to Super Earth. As a result, those responsible have been reassigned to strenuous labor in chemical weapon facilities to repay their debt to managed democracy. Next up, while busy with the gloom cloud, the automatons had pushed as far as planet Curia, in the Marspira sector, a mere 2 sectors away from the Sol sector where our beloved Super Earth resides. The Helldivers were ordered to launch an assault on the automatons to stop their advance. And finally, thanks to the added firepower from our chemical weaponry, generously supplied by those disgraceful Helldivers, we were able to push back the automatons from planet Curia. With their forces repelled from this critical location, the battle was won, but the war continues. Keep your weapons ready, Helldivers, as our focus heads back to the rapidly expanding gloom cloud. The Terminid spore cloud, known as the GLOOM, is spreading rapidly, with scientists unable to halt its growth due to counterfeit samples. If we do not stop it, it could engulf the galaxy in a matter of weeks. Super Earth will not stand by. Helldivers are ordered to deploy all available firepower to eradicate as many Terminids as possible, with a special focus on Bile Titans and prevent further Terminid infestations. Holding Esker, Estanu, and Pandion 24 is crucial to stopping the gloom spread. With a little over 4 days remaining in the current order, Helldivers must act with precision and determination. Success will earn us 65 Warbond medals, and more importantly, will secure our future. The Ministry of Defense has issued a new major order. Production of the new orbital napalm barrages has stalled due to shortages of polystyrene foam and scrap metal. Intel has identified a solution on Vernon Wells, a planet we liberated 2 months ago to save the children trapped at super citizen Ann's Hospital, now back under automaton control. Helldivers are ordered to liberate stockpiles of polystyrene foam and eliminate 500 million automatons so we can use them as scrap metal. Easier Pass stood in our way, but it has now been liberated. It's time to drop to Vernon Wells, reclaim these resources to restart production, and ensure this new stratagem is delivered to our super destroyers. Deploy, secure, and safeguard our citizens. We now move on to top news. The GLOOM continues its relentless expansion, undeterred by our recent success in eliminating countless Bile Titans during the last major order. The ominous cloud has overtaken Fori Prime in the Draco sector, and the entire Mirren sector has fallen. Esker was under attack, but we managed to stop the Terminid scum earlier today. For those specialized in exterminating bugs, you must stop the gloom from spreading further. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Science is tirelessly working to find a solution to this growing threat. Stay vigilant, Helldivers. Our fight against the gloom is far from over. We have failed the last major order. Despite valiant conservation efforts and the recycling of millions of automaton militants into scrap metal, the Helldivers were unable to gather the necessary resources to resolve supply shortages. As a result, fleet-wide distribution of the orbital napalm barrage has been delayed. However, Vernon Wells has been liberated after a brutal 2-month occupation, though only time will tell how long we can hold it as our enemies still loom close by. Despite our recent setback on the Western Front, the fight doesn't stop. A new major order has been issued as the Terminid threat continues to escalate. A massive outbreak from the gloom has erupted into the Jinshi sector. The colonies here are only weeks old, yet millions of families are now trapped and in desperate need of evacuation. All Helldivers are called to defend these colonies and ensure their survival. We cannot allow innocent citizens of Super Earth to perish. Our last major order against the Terminids was a success. The outbreak from the gloom was contained, and although we suffered some property damage and forced evacuations, our quick response prevented further devastation. Rebuilding efforts are already underway, and families are beginning to return to their homes in the Jinshi sector. Next, the Bot MO, the Automaton Front, has made another brazen attempt to expand their territory, this time targeting a valuable titanium repository on Imber. Their goal? Likely to enhance their strike force capabilities and capitalize on the chaos that the gloom has wrought. Progress was looking concerning as the days passed, but somehow the Helldivers managed to pull it off last minute. That said, many of our fellow Helldivers are expressing frustration over how disorganized our response has been. The Western Front is splintered, with our forces spread thin across multiple planets. In fact, as one Helldiver pointed out, we're losing crucial territories simply because we cannot effectively rally to defend them. The lack of coordination is costing us, and the automatons are taking advantage. This leads us to an urgent call for action to Aerodyne Systems, the software company behind Super Earth's advanced technology. We need an upgrade to our Super Destroyer's main computer systems, specifically a method that allows us to prioritize where to drop our forces. A system that would let Helldivers vote on critical planets, providing the top 3 priority planets to rally around, could greatly enhance our organization and tactical advantage. Without this, the Western Front will only become more chaotic, and the bot threat will become even harder to contain. Aerodyne Systems, the time to act is now. Helldivers, before we dive into the major order, Let's take a moment to commend Arrowhead Defense Systems. After facing some tough criticism in the past, they've delivered a truly impactful patch on September 17th, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. Our arsenal has been enhanced, our tactics refined, and for that, Arrowhead, we thank you for keeping us prepared for the battles ahead. Now, to the task at hand. High Command has issued an evaluation of our force readiness. The order is simple: liberate more planets than we lose. This is a real test of the new arsenal and chemical war gear that were deployed on September 19th. And while our firepower has improved, our coordination has been challenged. At one point, we were down to -2 in planet liberation, but we fought our way back to 0, and now we're at +1. With only a few hours left, it's time to push harder. We need to rally at Ember and monitor any other planets that are attacked by the enemy. Let's show High Command that we're ready for anything the galaxy throws at us. In Galactic War today, we bring you an update on a highly anticipated project, the construction of the Democracy Space Station, or DSS. For those who may have missed the earlier stages of this endeavor, we covered the retrieval of the GW1 era blueprints for the station back in GFN broadcast number 8, which broadcasted on July 10, 2184. After months of intensive research and preparation, Super Earth High Command has given the green light, and construction of the Democracy Space Station has officially begun. The DSS will serve as a powerful tool for reshaping the galactic map, democratically directed by the Helldivers themselves. This is a major step forward for managed democracy, and its success will significantly enhance our capacity to defend and expand our territory. The first order was to secure a suitable construction site, and we chose to liberate Yellowveer from automaton control. With our success, a DSS logistics hub has been set up nearby. Now, the next phase of construction involves enabling the Ministry of Science to establish a Xenox and Entomology Center on Turing. The Helldivers have been tasked with liberating and holding Turing for the duration of this major order. This center will be crucial in developing high-efficiency E710 warp drives, as our current Alcubierre drives lack the capacity to transport a structure of this magnitude without astronomical energy consumption. With these advanced drives, we can effectively move the DSS across the galaxy. Looking ahead, the road to completion will be a long one. This is only the first of 4 construction phases, and some believe it may be ready by Liberty Day on October 26th. Our cherished holiday when citizens unite to remember and celebrate what it means to be free. And even more exciting, the DSS may introduce the long-awaited platoon system, finally allowing Helldivers to team up under various factions. Though I want to be clear, this is purely speculation. The DSS is not just a symbol of hope, but a promise to our enemies that Super Earth will not back down. Let's keep pushing forward. Belt has been liberated at last, and this has cut off the bots from attacking Mastia. These successes have taken some pressure off of Yellowveer, so that construction of the Democratic Space Station can continue in peace. Meanwhile, Turing appears to be in good hands with the major order set to conclude in about 30 hours. Well done, Helldivers.
The new Malevolence scented candle. Ignite the flame. Remember the creek. With essence of motor oil, cold steel, and a hint of electric zest. Disclaimer, the user assumes all responsibility for lighting this candle in the vicinity of veteran Helldivers. The manufacturer is not liable for any distress or memories that may be triggered by its scent.
After securing Turing for the Xenoentomology Center, which will aid in producing high-efficiency Alcubierre drives, we pushed forward with several victorious major orders. First, Florel was liberated, allowing the establishment of the Deep Mantle Forge Complex. This complex will produce the advanced alloy necessary for reinforcing the DSS. Shortly after, the automaton forces attempted to retake Florel, but Helldivers repelled their assault and secured the planet. This ensured the Forge complex was fully operational, contributing essential resources to the DSS. Next, our forces successfully liberated Akamar 4 and held the surrounding planets, establishing the first-ever Terminid research preserve. This facility will enable further research into Terminid specimens and extraction methods for the vital E710 resource, advancing our capabilities and future DSS operations. Great work, Helldivers, but unfortunately before we can rest, we have been ruthlessly attacked by a new augmented automaton detachment that High Command is calling the Jet Brigade. Here is our current major order. The stakes are higher than ever. Automaton warships have been spotted in massive numbers above Matar Bay, and multiple SEAF bases have already fallen. Intelligence reports confirm that the automatons have launched a powerful, augmented detachment known as the Jet Brigade, equipped with jetpack technology. This is a brute force invasion with one objective: discover the location of the Democracy space station or its supporting infrastructure. If the Jet Brigade isn't stopped, critical components like the logistics hub, the deep mantle forge complex, or even the DSS itself could be at risk. The scale of this assault is unprecedented, and while some losses are expected, every bot decommissioned will weaken the strength of their advance. Helldivers, this is a call to action. All forces are needed immediately to stop the automaton advance. We cannot allow the DSS project to be compromised. The future of our war effort and the future of freedom itself depends on this mission.
For Super
Helldivers, after countless acts of heroic sacrifice, the advance of the Jet Brigade has finally been halted. Our defensive efforts have yielded victory, preventing the automatons from discovering the DSS and its critical substations. While many planets, including Matar Bay, were ravaged in this onslaught, the defense of freedom remains unshaken. Liberty has prevailed, but we cannot afford complacency. Our victory came at a great cost, and this brutal push has underscored how fragile our dream of liberty truly is. We must remain vigilant, as the Jet Brigade could strike again at any moment. In light of this, High Command has issued a new major order with two critical objectives. First, to liberate Lesath and create a protective buffer around the Democracy space station. Second, to defend the Terminid research preserve on Akamar 4, which faces a severe Terminid outbreak. Neighboring systems like Gakrux are already under attack, and we must repel 3 separate invasions to prevent the destruction of the preserve and ensure continued research into high-efficiency Alcubierre drives. The decision is ours, Helldivers. Will we prioritize securing Lesath to defend the DSS or containing the Terminid threat around Akamar 4? High Command trusts the capable hands of the Helldivers to make the right call. With less than 48 hours remaining, let's make this decision count. Now let's move on to a happier subject in today's top news. Helldivers, mark your calendars. Saturday, October 26th is Liberty Day, the day that marked the dawn of a new era, ushering in the order and prosperity of managed democracy. Speculation is rife as to what surprises High Command and Arrowhead defense systems have in store for us this year. From the long-anticipated completion of the Democracy space station to potential new capes, and even whispers of a mysterious third faction emerging, excitement is building. In today's final segment, let's discuss Operation Tall Order, the demanding major order that High Command has issued us. Helldivers, we've been handed a critical major order with multiple objectives that all must be completed within the week. High Command has identified a high-security database within automaton strongholds. which may contain crucial intel on the Jet Brigade's central fabrication site. Capturing this data is paramount to understanding and potentially dismantling their production capabilities. In parallel, increased Terminid activity has exposed the Terminid Research Preserve on Akamar 4 to significant external threats. A breach in this facility would jeopardize key research efforts, and immediate defense is required to secure this critical resource. Finally, intelligence suggests the automatons are preparing for a major territorial expansion. Allowing them to push their frontiers could threaten our strategic advantage. We must contain their growth before they solidify any advances. We now have less than 3 days to complete these objectives. So far, we've successfully defended against 2 automaton attacks, liberated Matar Bay, and are on the verge of taking Pandion 24. However, we still have to secure Gakrux and fend off 3 more waves of automaton forces. Let's keep pushing, Helldivers. Helldivers, it's time to rally for one of the most critical major orders of our era, Democracy Manifest. High Command has tasked us with 2 vital objectives that will define the future of our war effort, and the stakes could not be higher. First, we must secure 500 million Terminid kills to procure enough E-710 to activate the Democracy Space Station's revolutionary high-efficiency Alcubierre drives. Second, we must hold Yelavar at all costs. The automatons, spearheaded by the dreaded Jet Brigade, are closing in with alarming ferocity. Both fronts are facing relentless fire this week in the ongoing Second Galactic War. Let's break down everything at stake and dive deeper into the challenges ahead. We begin with grim news from Tarsh. The DSS logistics hub has fallen to the automaton Jet Brigade. This hub, once vital to assembling parts for the Democracy Space Station, is no longer operational. However, our valiant defense bought enough time to safely evacuate key personnel and resources, yet the consequences are severe. The Jet Brigade has pinpointed the location of the DSS. Their next objective? Yelavar. To reach it, they must first take Mastia, which now stands as the last line of defense before the DSS. Helldivers are now jumping en masse from the captured Tarsh to the desert planet of Mastia. The situation is dire, but there is hope. Every automaton destroyed weakens the Jet Brigade's strength for subsequent attacks. And meanwhile, on the Eastern Front, chaos erupts on Akamar 4 at Tyranny Park, a Terminid research preserve. A massive subterranean hive has burst through the facility, massacring visitors and staff alike. Early reports suggest that unresolved incursions into the planetary perimeter may have contributed to this catastrophe. Hold on to your butts, Helldivers. This is an unprecedented escalation of the Terminid threat. This outbreak has spread rapidly to surrounding planets, including the Xeno-Entomology Center on Turing, which houses critical research data. This facility must be defended at all costs. But here's where strategy comes into play. The liberation of Akamar 4 provides the opportunity for a historic maneuver, aptly named the Pentagambit. What is a gambit, you ask? It's a bold, high-risk move designed to yield significant rewards. In this case, capturing Akamar 4 will immediately end the enemy campaigns on 5 planets: Krimsika, Turing, Darius II, Pandion 24, and Gakrux. This is the greatest gambit in the history of the Second Galactic War, and yet, many Helldivers are unaware of its significance. By securing Akamar 4, we could halt 5 separate attacks, including Turing and the Xeno-Entomology Center, and turn the tide of the war in one fell swoop. Helldivers, this is Democracy Manifest in all its chaotic high-stakes glory. Whether you're battling the Jet Brigade on Mastia or pushing for the liberation of Akamar 4, every drop of courage, every shot fired, and every bot and bug killed contributes to the preservation of freedom. And for those wondering, no, there are no succulent Chinese meals in this operation, just the taste of liberty, served hot. This is a special report from Galactic Frontline News. We've done it, Helldivers. The Democracy Station is online. The Democracy Space Station, a marvel of innovation and a beacon of freedom, has faced a chaotic first week of operation. Designed to revolutionize the Second Galactic War with its tactical actions and unparalleled mobility, the DSS instead revealed the challenges of entrusting critical decisions to the unpredictable nature of unmanaged democracy. The planetary bombardment action debuted on Mastia with devastating consequences. Thousands of Helldivers perished in the chaos, and many more remain missing. Friendly fire incidents surged as Helldivers struggled to predict where the shells would land. Survivors attempted to mitigate the destruction with explosion-resistant armor and shield relays, but it wasn't enough to prevent the catastrophe. Hell Commander Go-Man was planetside when the bombardment began, leading a critical operation. Barely escaping, with his life, Go-Man sustained serious injuries and is now recovering. Though almost ready to get back in the fight, his harrowing experience underscores the unpredictability of this new action. Despite its effectiveness against the enemy and structures, many are calling for improvements, such as targeting indicators or additional safeguards to reduce collateral damage. On a more positive note, the Eagle Storm action has been widely praised. Helldivers on the ground marveled at the precision and effectiveness of Eagle squadrons executing strafing runs against enemy forces. The Eagles saved countless lives, offering reliable air support and turning the tide in many battles. Though some have suggested expanding their arsenal to include cluster bombs or napalm, Eagle Storm has become a symbol of what the DSS can achieve when deployed effectively. While the DSS's actions showed both promise and peril, the real turmoil came from its voting system. For the first time, Helldivers were given the power to vote on the DSS's movements and actions, a decision meant to embody the ideals of managed democracy. Instead, it resulted in disarray. Key moments of the week included voting to move the DSS to Yelavar mid-battle in Mastia. Some hailed this as the right decision, but it left Mastia's liberation unfinished at 70%, sparking heavy criticism. Delays in responding to critical defenses. The once-a-day voting system meant the DSS often arrived too late to influence key battles, leaving Helldivers scrambling to defend weakened positions. Bandwagon voting. Visible percentages encouraged Helldivers to follow the majority, undermining strategic decision-making. As one Helldiver put it, why vote when VOG is already at 81%? These missteps have left many calling the DSS a social experiment gone wrong. Others argue that most decisions were well-intentioned, but hampered by the system's limitations, such as the inability to manage multiple actions simultaneously. Despite its rocky debut, the DSS remains a symbol of hope. Arrowhead Defense Systems declined to comment on the controversy, but High Command reassures us that hardware and software patches are in development. Additionally, better training for the station's operators will improve its efficiency in future campaigns. The Democracy Space Station is still young, and with time, it will rise to its full potential. Its first week may have been tumultuous, but its promise remains undiminished. Together, we will ensure it becomes the weapon of freedom it was meant to be. For Super Earth, for freedom, and for democracy, manifest. This is Galactic Frontline News, bringing you an update on the current major order. We've been tasked with gathering intel on the factories that produce the Jet Brigade by liberating the Jet Brigade staging ground on Kuchi and dismantling enough bots to find those with valuable information. We've successfully eliminated the 150 million automatons required, but we're still fighting our way to Kuchi. We have roughly 15,000 Helldivers fighting in Matar Bay with the DSS in orbit. The Eagle Storm action will be ready in roughly 7 hours, which will help us take the planet back and secure our route to Kuchi. Let's get it done.
Ultra, why do you insist on calling it Gucci?
We all know it's better that way, Commander. This is Galactic Frontline News with an emergency broadcast. Attention, Helldivers, this is not a drill. The ILLUMINATE have launched an invasion on CALYPSO in the Solaria sector. We currently have 150,000 active Helldivers deployed, but we need more. High Command has issued an emergency order. Defend CALYPSO at all costs. Urban warfare is in full swing, and vehicle combat is now a critical part of the fight. These vehicles are on the ground, scattered across the field, ready to turn the tide if we act fast. The SESI of Eternity is already over CALYPSO, and our forces are boots on the ground, engaged in the thick of it. We do not have time to finish this broadcast. Instead, we'll leave you with footage from the front lines. The 95th Helldiver Division, Roughnecks, leading the charge into enemy territory. They're showing what it means to be a Helldiver. Helldivers, it's time. Deploy now to CALYPSO. The galaxy is counting on you. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the will to fight in spite of it. We are Helldivers, and we do what's necessary. May Liberty's light guide us all. Attention, Helldivers, the ILLUMINATE have been repelled from CALYPSO, and order has been restored. Recent reports suggest a small cell of ILLUMINATE forces survived the First Galactic War, hiding until now. A recent uptick in democratic activity may have led to their discovery, triggering this recent assault. The shocking invasion left colonies in ruins, with thousands unaccounted for. Several units have reported human-like enemies on the battlefield. Investigations into these sightings are ongoing. However, despite the enemy's audacity, Helldivers have once again proven their unmatched martial prowess. The enemy has retreated, but SEAF recon units are already on the hunt. Once the remnants are located, they will be eradicated. Stay vigilant, Helldivers. Mission success for now. Good day, Helldivers, and welcome back to Galactic Frontline News. Walter here with an urgent update on the latest major order. Recent anomalous phenomena have been observed around the Meridian Singularity, the black hole that remains after the dark fluid implosion on MERIDIA. Astronomers have reported fluctuations in the event horizon and unusual electromagnetic flares. High Command has ordered the construction of a new Center of Science on Fenrir 3 to investigate further. The Helldivers are tasked with clearing the area of any terminate infestation to facilitate the safe construction of this critical facility. In the last major order, Helldivers successfully defended against 7 ILLUMINATE attacks. One Super Reddit user, Darmug, operating from the SES Martyr of Redemption, has been tracking their attack pattern, indicating that the ILLUMINATE are heading toward MERIDIA. It's speculated they may need to reach the black hole to bring in the rest of their forces, but this remains unconfirmed. Meanwhile, our AM Defense Factory hub on Achernar Secundus, which produces the Fast Reconnaissance Vehicles, FRV, was under threat. Thanks to your hard work, the attack was repelled, securing our FRV production. You can now purchase these crucial vehicles directly from your ship management menu under the Stratagems tab. As we continue our active operation, the ILLUMINATE forces have reappeared, first in the Akira sector, and now in the Terrigen and Meridian sectors. The automatons creep ever closer to Earth, but our forces are holding the line. On the Terminid front, we must buy time for the construction of the Center of Science, so that we may finally unravel the mystery behind the Meridian black hole once and for all. Stay vigilant, Helldivers. The galaxy's future is in your hands.
The new Freedom Fuel Bar. Unleash liberty, one bite at a time. Warning, side effects include a marked increase in rallying cries and charging headfirst into the fray, not for civilian consumption.
The Illuminate campaign of terror continues unabated. Despite our efforts to repel 14 attacks, we fell short, unable to secure a decisive victory. After an extended period of downtime for critical maintenance, the DSS was finally brought back online to support our defense efforts. Unfortunately, even with the DSS's return, it was not enough to stop the resurgent Illuminate forces. Millions of colonists have been lost, and countless others have been corrupted into mindless servants. Reports from DSS technicians confirm no significant system issues after the increased movement frequency was implemented, but performance reviews are ongoing. The Illuminate remain hidden, and a larger scheme looms on the horizon. Super Earth will not be safe until these enemies are hunted down and eradicated. In the meantime, a new major order has arrived. Scientists at the Xenoentomology Center on Turing have reported a breakthrough discovery with significant implications for the future of our galaxy. GLOOM-induced mutations in terminids have revealed a dramatic increase in element 710 yield, which could lead to FTL travel beyond current limitations and open up new sectors for military and colony operations. However, challenges remain. The GLOOM itself remains highly dangerous and continues to resist all efforts to study or contain it. To support this critical research, Helldivers have been tasked with collecting samples from terminid-infected planets. The goal is to gather 22 million common samples from Errata Prime and 15 million rare samples from Gakrux. The Helldivers continue to prove themselves as not only defenders of democracy, but also as vital contributors to scientific progress. The Xenoentomology Center has made a major breakthrough, enabling the creation of GLOOM-like environments in laboratory conditions. This advancement lays the groundwork for the first Helldiver expedition into the GLOOM, which may soon unlock critical new resources and technology to aid our fight. In the meantime, intel has revealed the location of the Automaton Jet Brigade staging ground on Short Bay. The Jet Brigade's earlier reign of terror nearly halted the construction of the Democracy space station, but thanks to the Helldivers, the bot unit was routed. Now, projections indicate that the Automaton forces are focused on rebuilding. To prevent this, we must strike deep into Automaton territory, liberate Short Bay, and destroy their factories to stop them from recovering and launching another offensive. The Helldivers fought a fierce battle on Lasath to open up the path to the Jet Brigade, and as of this broadcast, Short Bay is at 81%. It's only a matter of time before the Helldivers are victorious. We now take you to the Meridian black hole, where troubling developments are unfolding. Multiple astronomical monitoring stations have reported strange gravitational waves and wobbles in the orbits of nearby celestial bodies. These fluctuations have been strongly correlated with Illuminate activity, raising concerns about what might be coming next. Warp highways to MERIDIA have been gradually dwindling from 4 to 3 to 2. And as of today, only one remains. Access to MERIDIA is being lost piece by piece, and this aligns with the increased activity detected by our monitoring stations. Some experts suspect that the Illuminate have been quietly watching us since the Second Galactic War began. With their presence becoming more noticeable now, it's possible that they are preparing to reveal their full force. Helldiver super destroyers began deploying on February 8, 2184, marking the official beginning of the Second Galactic War. There is speculation that a new war bond could be heading our way to celebrate the first anniversary of the war and to bolster our efforts against the Illuminate. With both the Eastern and Western fronts already embroiled in intense conflict, Helldivers must stay vigilant. There are whispers of a surprise attack from the south. Prepare yourselves, stay strong, and remember, the fight for Super Earth has only just begun.